So he has a possibility. I mean, we're probably going to be a game time decision, but he was able to do some on the court work with us yesterday, which is a positive sign, step in the right direction. We'll see him again today and then tomorrow when we shoot around. So he'll likely be a game time decision, but maybe a shoot around decision, John.
Hey, as you move forward, both tomorrow and beyond, how do you deal with him in terms of give him his usual minutes, take it slow, ask him to do the same sorts of things or less?
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be the part that's a little bit delicate. Obviously he's played a lot in every game he's played a lot of minutes. So, the hope is that he's had this rest here, and that it's healed, or as healed as it can be, and then we can kind of move on with him in that state. So the thing we want to eliminate is that it lingers too much, and hopefully we can do that by the rest that he's had already, and by the treatment and things like that we can work with going forward. But I think it'd be hard to change when he's out there what he does. I think that would be hard for the player to do that. So I think once he's out there, whether we say it or not, I think he'll just play like he plays.
Coach, it's obviously been tough for Grant Golden without Nick and Jacob. Can you kind of talk about what you've seen from him that's impressed you with his leadership? Yeah,
everything's impressed me about Grant. I mean, he has the approach of a 5'10" walk-on, and he's just been terrific. He's been a good leader. He's been a great player. He comes to work and practices hard every day and concentrates and really has a desire to get better. And while I'm sure it can be a little bit frustrating, he's still working. I mean, he's just a sophomore. He's only 6 games into his sophomore year, so he's still working. I think he looks at it like, he's positive and he feels responsibility. We're trying to take a little bit of that burden off of him, but he's been just tremendous.
How optimistic were you after a loss, especially this one against Georgetown? I mean, were you more optimistic than usual because of the way you guys played for 40 minutes?
Yeah, to be honest, I thought it was really positive. Obviously it's not the result we wanted, but to play 2 freshman guards 40 minutes, they both had really, really good games. I thought Grant was good. I thought we moved the ball nicely. We were very representative of a Richmond team in terms of how we moved the ball and played. And our defense has a lot of work to do. I think any young team struggles defensively. I actually thought, our assignments and alertness and things like that were pretty good. You're playing against the high level of guys who can make shots with hands in their faces and things like that, or when they're guarded closely. But no, I thought that there was some fight and there was some grit and some really positive things to take away from the game.
Does dating back to the offseason, even with Buck and Quan leaving and now with the injuries, I mean, you don't dwell on these things, I know, but I mean, I can't imagine how personally frustrating that can get, where it seems like there's one thing after the other.
Well, in a way, yeah. I mean, I'd like to think, I told a story to Nick when Dan Giroux got hurt years ago. It was I think it was late July. I remember him calling me. I was in an airport recruiting, and he was, really upset, crying his eyes out, and he missed the next season. The next 2 years were tremendous. He was a big part of it, and it probably had a direct result in his, he's an NBA assistant coach right now. So in trying to, tell Nick that story, maybe I'm also telling myself that story. But, these are the things that happen. I mean, these are there is adversity in every walk of life, and sports are a microcosm of that. And, we've had some, and it's up to us to kind of dig in and improve each day and stay focused on the small tasks at hand.
How much do you take a look at what Houston happens to?
A long look. They played very well. So much of basketball comes down to when you make shots. It's so much better than when you don't make shots. And that is for almost any team. Maybe not a dominant team like Duke or something, but, when you make shots, it really helps everything. So, we've always believed that the better shot we get, the more ability we'll have to make that shot, and which is why we move the ball and have player movement like we do. So we hope we shot the ball well the other night, and I think we're capable of shooting the ball well. And we need to execute and put ourselves in that position.